Hey, what's going on? Pete Francis for Blues Rock Review, and in this video we're talking most anticipated albums of 2020. And 2020 already has some big time albums on tap, and we're going to kick things off with the album that's coming out the soonest, and that's El Dorado by Marcus King. And now he's no longer billed as the Marcus King Band, he's going solo. This is his debut solo album, and it's produced by Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys, and this album has 12 tracks, all co-written by Dan Auerbach and Marcus King. And Dan Auerbach definitely brings a retro sort of feel to this album. And Marcus King is an artist who's really been gaining more notoriety over the past couple years, still only 23 years old, and this is an album that should definitely continue his ascension in today's blues, rock, and guitar world. And El Dorado comes out on January 17th. Joe Bonamassa is releasing a new studio album in 2020. It seems like every time Joe Bonamassa releases a studio album, it's pretty highly anticipated. Now, we all know Joe Bonamassa puts out a lot of music. He put out a live album this year, but he did not release a studio album. And it seems like with the way his career is going, now he's releasing studio albums every other year as opposed to every year. Now, earlier in his career, every single year he was putting out a studio album, but a lot of these songs featured covers, whereas the last couple years his studio albums are focusing on all original work. Now, we had a chance to catch up with Joe, and here's what he had to say about the new album.
Well, it's going to be recorded at Abbey Road, and we're going to try this again, because we were there ready to go, and our wonderful drummer Anton Fig had an accident and had to cancel, and so we canceled the session, and we threw it in January, and we're going to make the record in January. But it's done. The record's written. So it's going to be very British. That's all I can tell you. It's very British.
Phillips Sayce is releasing a new studio album in 2020, and it's been a long time since we've gotten a new Phillips Sayce studio album. We have to go all the way back to 2014 with Influence. In 2015, Influence came out in North America under Warner Music Canada, and that's where this album will be released, Warner Music Canada. But either way you put it, 5-6 years, it's been a really long time since we've gotten a studio album from Phillips Sayce, so this album will be highly anticipated, and here's what Philip had to say about the album.
You know, I'm grateful for the opportunity to collaborate with the Warner team and Warner Music Canada team, and I think we've put together a really cool record. I wrote with a lot of different people on it, and you know, I have another record coming of music behind it, coming right behind it already, so I think, you know, I'd really like to get this out and then get some more out and then get some more out. It's a sort of a picture of the journey of the last, you know, 18 months or however long it's been working on this record and writing songs and submitting.
Dan Patlansky has a new studio album coming out in 2020, and Dan Patlansky has been one of the most prolific artists in blues rock over the past decade. He's pretty much the king of blues rock in South Africa. Now, his last album, Perfection Kills, was voted #2 on Blues Rock Review's Top 20 Albums of 2018. His previous two albums, both voted #1. He's the only artist in history to be voted #1 twice on Blues Rock Review's annual list. So Dan Patlansky coming out with a new studio album this year, that's going to be highly anticipated. Richie Kotzen is releasing a new studio album in 2020, and he's got a pretty cool idea here. So in February, he turns 50 years old, so he's going to be releasing 50 songs on his birthday for a 50-song album, which is pretty neat. And 50 songs is a lot to dig into. He could put out 5 albums, but he's going to release 50 all at once. And Richie Kotzen is pretty much a songwriting machine. This guy is super prolific. Over the past 30 years, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that has put out more music than Richie Kotzen. And the amazing thing is, it's always very high quality, everything he's putting out, because he's such a great songwriter, guitar player, and singer. So this album's going to come out in February, 50 songs on his 50th birthday. So very cool stuff right there. So what albums are you looking forward to most in 2020? Leave your comments down in the comments section below. Love to hear what you guys have to say. A lot of good stuff coming out, so if we missed anything, we'd love to hear what that is. So leave those comments down in the comments section below. Make sure to hit the like button. It really helps us with YouTube's algorithm so more people can see the video. We definitely appreciate your support there. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.